So they're giving you a system of equations. The bottom one is slope-intercept form. The top one is standard form. Okay, so again, looks a little bit different than the way we did this. These were both in slope-intercept form. This time I only have one equation in slope-intercept form. The top one is in standard form. See, so that's what I mean when I say they're all going to be just a little bit different. Okay, so think before you start to do something. All right, substitution. All right, can I substitute something? All right, in this bottom equation, they're telling me that this quantity right here is the same thing as my y. So could I substitute this in for the y there in that first equation? Okay, so let's highlight the y in that top equation. All right, right there's a y, and they've told me what y is. Negative 6x plus 34 is y, so I can put this in for that y right there. All right, so really there would be my step 1. Okay, there's my step 1. So what I'm going to do, because I did this thinking before I started the problem, this quantity is y, I'm going to replace it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that first equation. All right, I'll actually write the whole thing out. Let's go 3x minus 6y equals 30, just so that we can show all of our steps. All right, the next time I write this line, I'm going to replace this y with what I know that it equals. I'm going to replace that y with what it equals. So then I'm going to have a 3x minus 6. I don't like the way I wrote that. I don't need a bracket around that yet. Let me write that over again so it looks a little bit better. Minus 6. All right, I'm going to replace the y. I'm going to put my bracket in now because I have this binomial that I'm going to put in for that y. So negative 6x plus 34, and then equals the 30. Now the whole point is, why are we even doing substitution? Well, the reason we're doing substitution is because at this point right here, I have an x and a y. You don't know how to solve equations that have two different letters. So the whole reason of why we're substituting is because after I do that substitution, now I only have x's in this equation, which allows you to solve it. You cannot solve this equation because it has two different letters in it. But once I substitute, it all becomes an equation in terms of x. Now you know how to solve that. All right, so let's see, what would we do? We would distribute that negative 6 right there. So we'd have a 3x. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36x. Negative 6 times the 34. Again, you'd probably grab your calculator on that. I'm going to, just to make sure I get it right. It's 204. So minus 204. And then equals 30. Okay, so combine some like terms now. 3 and 36 is going to be a 39x minus 204 equals 30. All right, that now we're down to just a nice little two-step equation. I can add 204 to both sides. That'll give me 39x is equal to 234. And hopefully 234 divided by 39 is going to divide out nice and evenly. It does. It gives me an x equals 6. So at this point, I have my x value. Okay, I have my x value. So if I wanted, I could come up here and I could say, okay, my solution to the whole entire problem, I know that first number is going to be a 6. I just conceptually now have to find my y. So that keeps track of what you're doing. Okay, so then now I need to do a step 2. And just like our other step 2, we need to find that y, because we need to find that second number for that ordered pair, so I have a solution. Okay, so just like we did last time, I know what x is now. I'm trying to find y. So I can come back up here and I can use either one of those equations. But if I'm trying to find y, which one's going to be the easier one to use? The top one or the bottom one? Ooh, bottom's going to be easier. If I know what x is, I can put a number in there, do the math real quick, and I can get y really, really quick. So using the second equation is going to make more sense. It's going to make it easier. So I'm going to do y equals the negative 6x plus 34. Alright, then I know what x is. So I'm going to put that x in for that number right there. And I'm going to go y equals a negative 6. Replace x with 6. Keep going on the math here. Was that going to be like a negative 36? Don't let me make a silly mistake. Plus 34. Negative 2. Y equals negative 2. Alright, now I have the y value. So I found the x value, I found the y value, but I can't stop there. I have to write it as an ordered pair. So I've got to pull my x value up and put it in an ordered pair. I got to pull that y value up and put it in an ordered pair so that I've got an actual answer. This is the answer. You don't want to leave your answer like this, okay? Especially in Math Excel, they're going to make you write it as an ordered pair.